everyone, this is Vartika and once again I am right back with a new video on tuples. In this video, I'll be talking about tuple slices and the functions associated with tuples. First of all, the syntax of the slice. If you want to find out the tuple slice, the syntax is name of the tuple and within a square bracket you specify three things: starting index, ending index and step value separated by colon. Now this syntax is exactly similar to how you find the string slices and the list slices, right? The three things that are specified with the tuple are optional. That means start value, end value and step value, all these are optional. If you do not specify any of these, but colon, double colon has to be there. If you do not specify any of them, it will extract the entire tuple. Let's suppose the step value is positive and you have not specified the starting index. Then in that case, it will assume the starting index to be the beginning of the tuple. That means 0th index. If the step value is positive and the ending index is not specified, then it will take the ending index to be the end of the tuple. If the step value is negative and the starting index is missing, then it will be taken as -1. And if the step value is negative and the ending index is missing, it will be taken as the beginning of the tuple. Now let us see certain examples to understand this concept in a better way. See, this is an example of a tuple. I have taken a tuple of 8 elements. These are the positive indexes and these are the negative indexes. Now, when I have written T within a square bracket colon 5 colon 2, that means the start index is not given, ending index is 5 and the step value is 2. Let me tell you one thing, that the end index is never included in the result. So, step value is positive, so start index will be taken as 0. So, the elements will be extracted from 0th index to the 4th index. Why? Because 5th index will not be included. So, every second value will be picked. So, your answer is 5, 6 and 15. See. In the next example, I have taken T, then within a square bracket 2 double colon 3. That means now the ending index is missing. So, step value is positive, ending index is missing, so it will be taken as the end of the tuple. So, starting from the second tuple, every third element will be picked up till the end of the tuple. Starting from this, every third element, that means 6 is picked, and then the third element is 30 and that's all. So, your answer is 6 and 30. The next example says T then double colon 2. That means the starting and ending both indexes are missing and the step value is 2. So, in the entire tuple, every second value will be picked. So, 5, 6, 15, 20. See, this is the answer. Next one, T, then double colon -1. Now, the step value is -1. That means starting index will be assumed to be -1 and ending index will be assumed to be the beginning of the tuple. So, the elements of the tuple will be extracted in reverse order. This is a way of extracting the tuples in the reverse order. This is an example. Next one, T -3, this is the starting index, -8, this is the ending index and -2, this is the step value. That means from -3 to -7 you will go on and every second value will be picked. So, 30, then 9 and then 8. This is your answer. In the last one I have taken as T -5 colon -2 colon -1. We have to start from -5 and we have to go to -2 in reverse order because the step value is negative. So, -5 is here, -2 is here. We cannot go from here to here in reverse order. So, this will return an empty tuple. Okay. Now let us talk about the tuple functions. Here I have taken an example of a tuple T which is containing 6 elements, right? Now the first function is len function. Now this function is going to find out the total number of elements in the tuple. See, our tuple is containing 6 elements, so print len T is going to return 6. The next function is your max function. As the name suggests, max function is used to find out the maximum value of the tuple. But for this function to work properly, the values stored in the tuples should be of the same type, right? So if I have written print max t, the answer is 10. Why? Because 10 is the highest value stored in the tuple. In the same way, we have another function, min function. Now min function is returning the minimum value of the tuple. The minimum value in our tuple is 1, so the answer is 1 over here. The next function is your sum function. Now sum function is going to add all the elements of the tuple and provide you the answer. So print sum t is going to give you the answer as 31. Why? Because when you add all these elements, the answer is 31. Next function is count function. Count function is going to find out the frequency of a number that you provide it as an argument. When I have written t dot count 8, so it is going to find out how many times 8 is repeated in the tuple. Since 8 is repeated only once, so your answer is 1. Now if you provide any value which is not the part of the tuple, it is going to return 0. Now the next function is your index function. This function is going to provide you the index of the first occurrence of the value provided to it. If the value is not existing, then it is going to give you error. For example, I have written print t dot index 6. Now the index of 6 is 2. This is 0th index, this is 1 index, and this is 2 index. So your answer is 2. If I have written print t dot index 15, 15 is not existing, so it will give you an error. Now if suppose the value was existing more than once in the tuple, then it is going to provide you the first index of the first occurrence only. The next function is your sorted function. Sorted function simply sorts the elements of the given tuple and return you the answer in the form of list. If you simply use sorted function without any other argument, one argument is your tuple and you have not provided any second argument, then it is going to provide you the ascending order sorted list, right? As you can see, the tuple is sorted in ascending order. But if you want to sort the tuple in descending order, then what we have written, sorted t comma reverse is equal to true. Now the contents of the tuple are provided in the form of list in descending order, right? So these are the functions of tuple. With this we come to the end of this video, and I hope that you are very clear with the concept of tuples now. In my next video you will be studying about the nested tuples, right? So do subscribe my channel so that you come to know about my next video. Thank you.